Hey everybody, and welcome to Smarter Technology. I'm Ashley Daly. Here's a question for you. How much do you think an hour of downtime costs your company? What about a day of downtime? Are you thinking about loss of business? Don't forget lost productivity. And worse, the longer-term impact on your company's reputation. Now, the scary fact is a failure on one piece of hardware in your data center can cost millions, while IT staff shifts its workload to a backup, reconfigures and reloads all the data and connection dependencies, and then puts it online. We've talked before about ranking specific applications and figuring out which are highly critical and which are slightly more tolerant of downtime, but any glitch that causes a few hours of lost productivity or missed business opportunities can be expensive. And if it's a problem with services that you provide to your own customers, you could end up violating their legal or their service level agreement and incurring penalties. Now, to keep this from happening, organizations often use high availability solutions for their most critical applications. Unfortunately, traditional high availability solutions are prohibitively expensive, and that's why they're reserved for only the most important apps. Now, what's wrong with traditional high availability where you have redundant hardware running hot and standing by? Well, first, setting up a server cluster means you need additional software licenses for both the clustered application and the clustering management tools. Second, it means you need to double the hardware. Third, clusters are hard to configure, especially if you're setting up an off-site failover center. Fourth, they create silos of infrastructure that can't be used for any other purpose. And lastly, clusters are usually purpose-built for a particular database or application environment, making them too narrow to back up and protect a wide range of apps. Fact is, clusters can also be unreliable. American Eagle Outfitters found out that when its e-commerce database failed and offsite clustering failed as well, it resulted in an 8-day site outage last summer. Nowadays, virtualization makes resilience a little easier because moving virtual servers from one piece of hardware to another is relatively easy. But you still need to have an identical virtual environment ready to go in case of a failure. And what about applications that aren't virtualized yet? This is where the cloud comes in. Clouds, whether private or public, deliver capacity on demand and seamless mobility of applications. Administrators can set up internal servers to fail over to cloud resources only in case of an emergency. This way you don't need to pay for or maintain redundant infrastructure. Resilience management software can take a snapshot, not just of a server image, but of the entire application environment. If there's a failure, that snapshot can be recreated on cloud resources effortlessly. And because larger clouds deliver processing power and storage on demand, they can support even the most critical and resource-hungry applications. And because cloud service is built only for what's used, admins can set up tiers of failover resources. So, for example, a critical database gets higher level attention, while an archive server can fail over to cheaper, lower performance services. All told, cloud-based resilience is dramatically more cost-effective than traditional high availability solutions. For Smarter Technology, I'm Ashley Daly.